How's it going, my fellow shiny Pokemon? Shiny Snorlax here, bringing you guys a Pokemon Showdown fight, a Pokemon Showdown UU fight. So let's get started. Opponent leads off with the Whimsicott, and I lead off with my Azelf. Opponent goes for a taunt, but possibly predicting Stealth Rock, but I go for a Flamethrower because my Azelf is offensive. Opponent brings out Kangaskhan and goes for a Fake Out, but and I survive with about half. And I switch out into my Honchkrow, predicting a Sucker Punch, but I was wrong. Opponent went for a Double Edge, and now opponent goes for a Sucker Punch and finishes off my Honchkrow. I bring out my Azelf and I go for a Psychic and I outspeed it, and the Kangaskhan goes down. Opponent brings out an Entei and goes for an Extreme Speed and finishes off my Azelf. I bring out my Flygon, and opponent switches out into its Magcargo. I go for a Giant Claw, possibly predicting opponent to switch out into Moltres, but I was wrong and I get burnt from Flame Body. And I basically leave Flygon here as Death Fodder, and I go for an Earthquake to take out the Magcargo. Opponent brings out an Entei and switches out into Slowking, and I go for an Earthquake again. And I decide to go for a Roost just to piss him off a bit, because I like to do that a lot. I'm a bit of a troll. I like to piss people off a lot. I said that twice. That's an example. But anyways, I went for a Giant Claw and barely did anything. And a hole went for a Scald and finishes my Flygon off. I bring out my Blastoise and I go for a Toxic to get some extra damage on the Slowking. Opponent goes for a Psyshock, doing absolutely nothing. Blastoise being a beast as always. And opponent switches out into Moltres. I go for a Dragon Tail and making the opponent switch out into Slowking. Opponent goes for a Psyshock, barely doing anything as always, and I go for a Dragon Tail and make the opponent bring out Moltres. Opponent goes for a Whirlwind but misses, and I go for a Toxic. Sorry guys, I'm just apparently being really gassy. Trying to hold back the burps. Anyway, opponent goes for a Hurricane but misses, and I go for a Scald to get some super effective damage off. Opponent goes for another Hurricane, it misses 3 times in a row, and I finish the job with a Dragon Tail. I feel bad for this guy, he missed 3 times. Anyways, opponent goes for brings out Entei and goes for a Flare Blitz, but doesn't do that much, and I go for a Toxic to get the poison damage. Opponent goes for another Flare Blitz and doesn't do that much, and I go for a Scald and almost take out the Entei. But the Entei goes down from the Toxic, and opponent brings out a Slowking. Opponent goes for a Psyshock, slowly whittling down my health, and I go for a Dragon Tail. And opponent goes for a Psyshock again, and I barely live it, and I go for a Dragon Tail again. And here is where something amazing happens. You think he's going to finish off my Blastoise, right? Nope. I survived with 1%, and I went for a Dragon Tail but misses. It goes for a Scald and finishes me off. Not that much going on. I bring out my Nidoking and I go for an Earth Power. And opponent goes for a Psyshock, almost kills me, but the Toxic finishes off the Slowking and I win the fight. A pretty good fight in my opinion. Alright, so like, favorite, subscribe to become a shiny Pokemon, and I'll see you in my next video.